Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 5-day-per-week wisdom and legacy building podcast. This is day 471 of our trek, and today is Wisdom Wednesday. Every Wednesday along Life's Trail, we will dig for the nuggets of wisdom that are found within the book of Proverbs. Today, we'll explore the second half of chapter 22. We are broadcasting from our studio at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. We continue to make good progress on both the outdoor fall cleanup and the indoor unpacking. It is good to have the time to accomplish all that needs to be done without being too rushed to do it. Our client work requirements remain strong as we focus on the financial and technology work that keeps the back end of their businesses running smoothly. It is wise for every individual and businesses to make sure that they do have a solid financial foundation. And as we break camp for today's trek, let us explore the nuggets of wisdom found in the second half of Proverbs chapter 22. This section of Proverbs is referred to as Sayings of the Wise. So let's start in with the verses 17 through 21. Listen to the words of the wise. Apply your heart to my instructions. For it is good to keep these sayings within your heart and always ready on your lips. I am teaching you today, yes you, so that you will trust in the Lord. I have written 30 sayings for you, filled with advice and knowledge. In this way, you may know the truth and take an accurate report to those who sent you. This is the third major section of the book of Proverbs, and it begins with Proverbs chapter 2, verse 17. This is clear from several indications. The Proverbs lengthen out again from the typical one-verse couplet that is characterized in Proverbs chapter 10, verse 1, through Proverbs chapter 22, verse 16. The emphasis also changes somewhat in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 17, through Proverbs chapter 24, verse 34, which includes the fourth collection of Proverbs and focuses on the importance of applying instructions that were previously given. Next, let's look at verses 22 and 23. Don't rob the poor just because you can, or exploit the needy in court. For the Lord is their defender. He will ruin anyone who ruins them. These two verses contain a strong warning about taking advantage of other people, just because you may have the power or resources to do so. This applies both in business as well within our legal systems. God will ultimately be their defender, and anyone who takes advantage of others will eventually get their just punishment for doing so. Verses 24 and 25. Don't befriend angry people or associate with hot-tempered people, or you will learn to be like them and endanger your soul. The old axiom, birds of a feather flock together, is certainly true. We become like those who we invest time with. My mom used to say, if you lie down with dogs, don't be surprised when you get up with fleas. We need to be very careful whom we invest time with, because the return on our investment will reflect those choices. Verse 26 and 27. Don't agree to guarantee another person's debt or put up security for someone else. If you cannot pay it, even your bed will be snatched from under you. Once again, Solomon warns about the danger of borrowing money, and especially co-signing for another person's debt. This is very unwise from every aspect. If a person you co-sign a loan for cannot pay, you will have to pay it, or your credit will be ruined, and you will lose your own personal property that isn't even associated what you co-signed for, so it will be a double loss. Verse number 28. Don't cheat your neighbors by moving an ancient boundary marker set up by previous generations. In order to keep our integrity intact, we should be willing to honor agreements that were set up by others whom we are now responsible for. Even if the agreement is not legally binding on us, our integrity is more important than the potential financial gain or personal benefits. Verse number 29. Do you see any truly competent workers? They will serve before kings rather than working for ordinary people. When you work hard and with competence, your efforts will be noticed by individuals who are in positions of authority. As a result, you will receive preferential treatment and benefits for your efforts instead of working for people who have little authority. Well, today has been a little bit shorter trail, and as we start this new section in Proverbs, we're hiking through a series of 30 wise sayings. Today we'll explore the first 5 of those, and next Wednesday we will continue on this trail. These Proverbs do provide us with more wisdom, insight, and understanding. Regardless of where you are on your faith walk, if the precepts and Proverbs are followed, your life will be rich and satisfying. Take them and plant them in your heart so that you will reap a harvest of goodness. Tomorrow we will hike another short trail on our Wisdom Unplugged series where we will discover an inspirational wisdom quote. So encourage your family and friends to join us and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your friends and family through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person when you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. I would also challenge you to take just one of the precepts that we learned today in Proverbs and commit yourself to applying it to your life. The journal for today's trek is available at wisdom-trek.com, and thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.